And why don't you talk with him about it?
I believe, me personally, that by law, Islamic law, and you should be trialed for leaving Islam. I believe you should be executed according to the Quranic law, and I support it. And I see nothing wrong with it.
So let me get this straight. I want Cyberpunk to jump in here, but you think he should be executed?
By law, yes. By law, yes. And whatever country, I forgot what country said it. If he goes back to that country, they have a duty. They have a duty by law to arrest him and trial him in court and get juries to see if he's guilty or not. Based on this video evidence, he's guilty and he should be charged with the law. And be sent to execution. I believe that. And I support that.
Yeah, okay. Well, the topic is Islam is evil. Do we have much more to say?
I don't see anything evil about that. All I can say is Numbers 31, 17, 18 is evil too. Biologic. How about I do number 17, numbers 31, 17, 18 on someone?
I'm gonna mute you because you're not actually engaging anything. How does this actually make society better?
It makes society better because you know, he's not a convert. If he was a convert to Islam and he left, there'll be no harm. They won't arrest him. They won't, you know, take him to trial, give him the death penalty or imprisonment. No problem with that. But if he's a born Muslim, he read the Quran, he studied it, there is no hope in him.
How does that make society better? To snuff out freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of speech? How is this actually making society better?
It makes society. It don't snuff out freedom of speech. You could talk all you want. You could talk all you want in a Muslim world.
So you can come out and say, "I left Islam," and you're not going to die.
Absolutely, you will get arrested. Okay, you can't be a crazy person. If a person comes out and says, "Yeah, I left Islam," and you should go and do it yourself, that's not your responsibility. It's the responsibility for the person to get trial, to go to court, have a fair chance to defend himself, and the courts will decide what to do with him legally. So he could go to prison.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, man. This is I can't believe.
Yeah, I've had so many conversations somewhat similar to this.
You have to follow God, and if Sharia law is there, that country has a duty to arrest you as a criminal.
Death penalty is okay. I left Islam, like 10, 12, maybe 15 years before I started YouTube.
What country are you in, sir?
I live in Australia.
Oh, okay. What country did you live in before?
I lived in the Maldives.
And it's a Muslim country, you say? It's a Muslim country, right? Okay, so I have a legal duty to report you to the local authorities, to the police. It's my duty.
I don't think
so when you do come back, they could arrest you for crimes. It's my moral duty to report you to the police.
Okay. Listen, Death. Just to be clear, Cyberpunk. Do you have any questions for him?
No, I don't. I mean, I come across this all the time. You know, and many they go further than just that Muslim country. You know,
it's not that I hate you. It's just that I want to abide by the laws.
It's not that he hates you. He just wants
you should die. Yeah.
But you should die. It makes total sense here. Yeah. This is, guys, this is Islam.
And I'll go out of my way.
It's not about hatred. I don't.
If I can pull this up. Okay. This is Surah 65:4. As for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period, or iddah, is 3 months. And for those who have not menstruated as well. So right then and there, the Quran sanctions marrying and divorcing you get it, little girls, basically.
What if it's just about those who have medical conditions?
That would include those for sure, but it doesn't specify. It's very general, and every commentator from Qurtubi, Tabari, Ibn Kathir, Jalalain all agree this includes women that are too young because they've not menstruated yet.
Well, can you prove that's evil?
Yes, child marriage is evil. Do I need to prove that?
Well, Muhammad did it, so it can't be evil.
But that's circular reasoning.
Unconsummated, she will be at her parent home until she attains puberty.
So let me get this straight. You think it's okay the moment a girl gets her first period, you can consummate a marriage to her?
No, I don't think so.
So you disagree with Muhammad?
Well, did the text say is immediately after she get her first menstrual period that the marriage was consummated?
They had to feed her high-fat milk to fatten her up before it happened because she was so small.
Yeah.
This is according to the hadith.
You said?
According to the hadith, they had to fatten her up. According to the hadith, Cyberpunk was saying, according to the hadith, they had to fatten her up because she was such a small girl. This was not a mature female. This was a little girl.
According to the hadith, she is a matured girl. Herself, she says
What
she is in her parent home.
Where? What hadith?
No, I don't cram the reference, but he knows. Also according to the hadith.
Yeah. You know, Cyberpunk, you know the hadith he's talking about where it says Aisha's mature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
I'm saying you're behind the mic, eh?
Well, let me read it then. What do you want to the marriage? Do not consummate the marriage with your female SLAV until she reaches the age of 9 or 10. It's kind of disgusting and evil.
All right, so let's try to be respectful to each other. I don't know that, right? So I'll have to verify with the scholars if this is authentic, or these are the books that we believe in. But I was more interested in asking you about your faith as well. But let me try to respond to that, bruh. You see, I want to ask you though, do you by any chance know the youngest female to get pregnant? Not in the United States. First, I thought it was in the United States, but it was actually in Peru.
5.
You don't know? 5 years old?
5. Yes.
So if a female can get pregnant at 5, so let me ask you: before I hold up, I wanted to ask you: do you believe that science is the truth, or what? So do we go with our emotions, or do we go with science?
Science.
Do you agree? Science. So if it's possible for a 5-year-old to get pregnant, which is scientific and something that is recorded in medical records, so 9-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl, I don't know about that. First, I can't confirm that. I'll have to ask the Shia scholars about that. Look,
what are you asking
you can
about the 5-year-old?
I'm just, because you're trying to make it seem like it's not a scientifically possible thing. So
that's not what I would
a
argue.
5-year-old can, I don't want to use crude language, but she can get aroused and feel like having sexual relations. Not good for me. And by the way,
a 6-year-old cannot consent.
Hold on. But according to the Sunni hadith, so I still don't accept that the age is 10, because I feel like that's in the Sunni tradition, right? I don't know if my hadith say that, but even if it did, it can be defended. It can be defended whether you like it or not, because you're going with emotions rather than science. Oh, yeah, sure. Could you make the screen larger? Okay, anyway, we'll get to that, but let me say what I want to say first.
You said you could defend this. Defend it.
What does it say? I can't. I'm using my cell phone camera, brother.
Do not consummate the marriage with your female SLAVE until she reaches the age of 9 or 10. So when she reaches the age of 9 or 10, you can consummate a marriage to that young girl.
Right. Look, when she gets her periods, right, she can make that decision if she wants to. Nobody forces the girl to do that.
Hold up. You're telling me if a girl
you're getting shocked,
she's
right?
an adult.
But it's not shocking to me. For some reason, it's shocking to you because you've been conditioned to believe.
As for women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated as well. So the iddah, the waiting period, is 3 months for women who have not menstruated. That includes young girls.
You know, the according to the previous traditions and stuff, this might still be a bit acceptable.
Are you kidding me?
What conditions?
No, the age of consent in America till 1890 was still 9.
No, it wasn't. That's a myth. That misreading of the Delaware law. That's not in there.
Okay, I guess I just say what I hear.
Do you
Not,
think it's
you know,
evil?
possibly. As for, you know, this hadith, Quranic, I am sorry. Uh, if a woman is past her age of menstruation, she is physically mature. So technically, you might or might not marry her, but according to, you know, later on, you know, today's dates, it is not as acceptable.
Are you
Hisham,
saying this?
it's not that part either. It's the they have not menstruated.
So you know, you bring up the verse previously that about killing the polytheist. So if that is in the Quran, it does not mean that I have to, you know, get a sword and run to you know, India, and there's India is where polytheists mainly live. So go and strike their necks.
I think you probably should if you want to be a good Muslim. I mean, but here, this verse still allows for child marriage. Are you okay with that?
Sorry, you're buffering to me. My internet is cursed.
Okay. Are you okay with the Quran sanctioning and allowing child marriage?
Again, the Quran about child marriage. According to today's, you know, days, it is not acceptable.
But the Quran is for all people in all times, is it not?
You know, if the Quran mentions slavery and stuff, and slavery is not acceptable for today's days, it does not mean that I have to do that.
So you don't follow the Quran, you follow modern law.
Yes.
The Quran as well. The Quran as well.
This is what I was told, because I'm not an expert, you know, I'm not the most well-versed. But what I was told when I asked is I was told that the woman has to be physically mature, mentally mature, emotionally mature. She has to give consent, and it cannot cause her any kind of harm.
Is somebody mature if they've not reached the age of menstruation?
I would say no.
Okay. But the Quran allows you to divorce or marry and divorce girls who've not menstruated.
This is all above my pay grade, bro.
Well, I want to read it to you. As for the women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months, and those who've not menstruated as well. So the Quran does allow you to marry and divorce girls who have not menstruated. Do you think that's evil?
I don't. You would have to talk to somebody more knowledgeable than me.
I'm not. Well, I'm talking to you right now. I'm not saying you have to answer, but I do want you to go away and think about this stuff. If this is actually from God, and you care about women, because you did say women should leave abusive relationships, why would the Quran allow men to marry and divorce little girls?
Like I said, I mean, I will, but they always talk about it in terms of the woman's the innocent little victim, the man's the big evil scary monster. Do you put any accountability on the women? Because even in Islam, most Muslim men are only going to have one wife. So it's so easy for a Muslim woman to just find one man who wants one wife. So if she's choosing to go into a plural marriage, do you put any accountability on her?
Of course I would, yes. But I mean, like, again, I don't know why we're going into all this cool government stuff when I'm just not interested in that.
No, forget about the government. I'm just saying, yeah, forget about the legal system, the government. I'm just saying, when I hear you guys speak about it, it's always with the implication that the husband is such a evil, terrible monster, and these innocent little women have been manipulated, and they're innocent, and it's like, and then it's a contradiction too, because on the one hand, you say Christianity respects women, that they're grown adults that are independent, that don't need patriarchy and this and that. But then on the other hand, you paint them out to be these helpless little children that get so easily manipulated and tricked and taken advantage of. So which one is it?
I literally showed you the study earlier showing that they're suffering from mental disorders. So
I
yes,
don't
they are
even
being
know.
manipulated.
I don't even know what that study is, brother. They could have just asked a bunch of women, "Oh, has your husband ever been mean to you?" Yeah, he was mean to me one
No.
time last month. Like, I don't know what the details of the study.
The meta-analysis reviewed multiple couples engaging in monogamy and polygyny and found that those engaging in polygyny suffered from far more mental issues.
Okay, but then you said earlier that happiness isn't a good metric. So if I pull up, I can't do it right now, but let's say if we pulled up a video where it's like a man, 3 wives and children, they've been a plural family for 20 years, everybody's smiling and happy, and the women say they love it and it's great. You would say ignore that because happiness doesn't matter. It's not a good metric. These women have mental damage, but they just don't know it. Like, they think they're happy, but they're really depressed.
I hate to say it. You sound like a liberal. They do the same thing with drug addicts. Oh, they're on the streets. They're fine. Just give them clean needles and let them do their thing. No, that's bad. Stop that. Like, just because people are happy doesn't mean you just let people go along with their bad behavior that's destroying themselves.
Okay, but brother, you don't see apples to oranges there, because you're talking about, I agree with you about the drug addicts. Yeah, obviously get them off the drugs. Nobody should be a drug addict. But you're talking about like a heroin junkie that's sleeping under a bridge who says, "Oh, I'm so happy doing this heroin," when he's clearly, like, from an outsider perspective, he's clearly like, his life is a train wreck. But you're talking about, you're comparing that to like a man and 3 women and their kids that they, you know, the man works a job, he takes care of them, food on the table, they have shelter, they have clothes, they go to the park on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody's saying they're happy, and then you're coming in like to save them and telling the women, "Oh, you think you're happy, but you're really depressed. You just don't know it. I got to save you from this evil man." Like, you're really comparing those.
Yeah, if they're causing mental deterioration, you should go in and say that you should get out of this lifestyle. We would do that with anybody else. If there was a woman who had an abusive boyfriend and she was like, "Yeah, but he's providing for me. He brings food on the table and, you know, there's a roof over my head and clothes," it just because he, you know, loses his temper a couple times a month, you'd still say tell her to leave, wouldn't you?
Depends on your definition of abuse. Because in your definition of abuse is just that he has more than one wife. No matter anything else. No matter anything else.
Society.
That's not true. Surah 929 is not self-defense.
929.
Yeah.
It is. Let's go there. So it's heavily misunderstood verse. What is it? 9.
It says, "Fight those who do not believe in Allah and the last day, nor comply with what Allah and his messenger have forbidden, nor embrace the religion of truth from among those who were given the scripture until they pay the jizya, willingly submitting, fully humbled." Does not mention self-defense.
No, let me get it. Oh, are you? قاتل الذين آمنوا بالله واليوم الآخر ولا يحرمون ما حرم الله ورسوله ولا يدينون دين الحق من الذين أوتوا الكتاب. Yeah, so it doesn't talk about the Christians. It talks about the Jews, the أوتوا الكتاب, the people who have given the book are not Christians. They are strictly Jews, because in chapter 2. In chapter 2 verse 87, I think, or
sword. The next verse includes Christians. It says, it tells you to make the Jews and Christians submit, and then it gives you the reason why, because the Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah and the Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. This is the reason.
Say what? No, it's disconnected. It doesn't say why. Because they killed them. Because there's no linguistic tools to say that. Because they said it doesn't work like that, especially in Arabic. But what I'm saying, it's the Ahl al-Kitab, the people of the book, or the one who given the book, are strictly Jews, not Christians. If you just go to chapter 2, verse chapter 2.
I mean, chapter 5 says the Christians have the gospel. That's a scripture.
Yeah, but
I know chapter 2 is about the Jews. I agree the Jews were given a book, but it also refers to that with the Christians.
Yeah, but it doesn't refer as for Jesus that he given a book.
Surah 5 says he was. Surah 5 says he was given the gospel.
Yeah, the gospel is not a physical book, as in the Torah is, because when it say in the context of Ahl al-Kitab, the people of the book, because it's just one book. The Quran doesn't say specify the Torah or the Injil is one book. It differentiates between the Torah and the Injil are two separate books.
It refers to the Torah. It refers to the Torah and the Gospel as books. Surah 7:157 says we can find the unlettered prophet when we read about him in the Torah and Gospel. So it's therefore a book.
It says the book. Yeah, but I'm not saying that the book, the Injil and the Quran are in the same, because it can differentiate. Because in the context, the book can mean the Quran. The book can mean the
the gospel's a book. It doesn't change anything.
It does when it's in Surah. Where is it? 287. Yeah,
I agree. Like there's a book there, but there's also it also says the gospel's a book in Surah 7:157.
Yeah, indeed, we gave Moses the book and sent after him successive messengers. And we gave Jesus, son of Mary, clear proofs and supported him with the Holy Spirit. So here it's negate that Jesus has a book or came down a physical book. It says we gave Moses the book. So the people of the book, or the people who have given the book, are strictly Jews. And the verse says, not all Jews, among the Jews.
It says in Surah 7:157 that the gospel is a book, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's just in the Quran.
What is it? 7:157.
7:157.
7:157. 57. What is it?
When while you find it, Sword, I find it very interesting that this verse.
Hold up. Go ahead, Dingo. Go ahead. Your turn.
Yeah, this verse about killing people and demanding the jizya, that's one of the more acceptable. You said you pick and choose. This one's one of the worst ones to accept and not disregard, I would think.
Yeah, because the jizya means a punishment. It's not a war tax or I give you protection for this tax. No, it's a tax strictly for Jews, because they will in Surah 9, in chapter 9. Verse 34, it talks about Jews ripping people off.